Cancer, what's good? I'm your wild and free high priest. Chillin', my name's Armando. It is currently 1, 2, 3, 4 on my watch. This is your message post the karmic ecliptic zone, the last full moon in Cancer that just occurred, on our way to the new moon in Libra. So a message for your last half of October. Thank you so much, Cancer. I honor you. I am ever so grateful to connect with you, ever so grateful for our energetic exchange. Regardless of your Cancer sun, moon, rising placement, regardless of your natal placement, this may resonate with you. It may be about you, it may be about them, it may be about everyone involved. So take only what resonates and leave the rest to the rest, for the rest. Hit like if it does resonate. We ask our guides of the highest, most brilliant, divine white light, protect me and us as I channel and interpret for your Cancer divine. So immediately I'm just getting delayed, not like a delayed gratification, but a delay as in where is it? So maybe you have been equipped now with that sturdy lesson of not giving up too soon and not necessarily fighting for it or fighting to get through to it, and just honoring, accepting the divine timing aspect that has been in a lot of the readings. The Taurus, I mean, even Pisces, Taurus, and Gemini had that vibration of divine timing is that play, and it usually is during grander, bigger timeline shifts, shape-shifting, portal, whatever you want to call it, big manifestations from higher realm, subconscious into the conscious matrix, the 3D that we live in. Once again, Cancer, hit like if the message resonates. What else was I getting? So not counting yourself out, not counting yourself short, okay? It may be this just recently happened and now you're getting that signal or getting the green light to apply momentum, keep the momentum going. This is highlighting a lot of you. It's highlighting you, your relationship with you. So you may be very well invested with keeping up with yourself, but in a new manner, meaning processes are changing your day-to-day, hour by hour. Your health, the way you consider bodily, physical health is upgrading, updating. You're leaving a lot of old, but not without applying that. It is self-knowledge, not without applying that methodical, transmutative approach. This is alchemy for you, for your grand new beginning. This is very well aligned with the stars, the angelic realm, however, whatever you believe in, God. All of these aspects are guiding you. It is highly spiritually aligned. And we hope that you find yourself very spiritually exalted. Thank you, Cancer, for being here. I honor you, as always. Maybe even just the way you appear. It's not that you necessarily want to appear differently, but this all means you will, of course. Immediately change of communication. There you go. Yeah, thank you so much. The number 5, we're repeating numbers 5. Okay, you could have Virgo placements, Libra placements. You may be even not necessarily focused or placing attention too much on romantic love, but this will raise your value. We don't want to say raise your vibration. That sounds silly, right? This will raise your value and expand your path so that it includes romantic love, romantic partnership, if that's what you want. Pluto really wants you to, and this is long term too. Okay, so keep in mind this is for mid October, for the next week to 2 weeks. But of course, this is meaningful once again for the next 9 months as you wrap up the old 2.5 year cycle and you enter a whole new, whatever it may be, 2.5 year, 5 year, 8 year. On the longer spectrum, Pluto wants you to note where you are not being met halfway, where you're giving too much and not earning for all that work. It doesn't necessarily have to be at work. It has to do with intimate relationships, has to do with how much effort you expend, how much effort you put in versus what you get back, right? You could be totally revamping, yes, your self-love, your romance life. Okay, all the asteroids are they're in the community at work, so allow that to happen. Allow that to do what it needs to, as long as you, of course, take that internal check-in as that first step in your approach to the real reality, right? The reality. You could even garner you more attention at work or a promotion. Okay. City, cities. You could be visiting a new city. Okay, one number for Cancer. We have 2, we have 8, we have 3, we have 8, 0, and 6. Perfect. Relationships, okay. Yeah, okay, here's number 8. And there's that key, the moon. You've been kind of guided towards this ultimate experience. Through to the gate, so Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, perhaps more than just one, whether it's Ace of Swords, a frustrating truth, or you could be frustrated, but you're still applying the truth that you've been granted. 0 means out of that zone, as chaotic as it may have been, you've learned a lot. Wow. And then the reflections card, yeah. Really reflecting on relationships, exactly what I just said, what your astrology said. Okay. Reflection. I want to check in on these, of course. Civilization, right? Civilization, wow. And what is that? What is it? Okay. Well, the 0 card is usually like that tower, but it's over. It already happened. Yes. So a lot of loss, you're rebuilding. It doesn't have to mean that. It is like the 10 of Swords, though. Yeah, it's finding balance or regaining balance, really. Zero. Let me see. I apologize. Earthquake. So sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Civilization. Wow. Yeah. Allow what is out there to happen because you're here. You're really manifesting something new in that 8, auspicious 8, right? And then number 6 is the lovers, so Gemini. 0 is, I believe, the fool. And yes, so Aries. Because you're in the midst of realizing something profound, a major lesson in loss, coming out of loss from relationship or relationships. Now you're in this new wave. That number 6 is, you're doing it for you, 6 p.m. So I would say like around prior to sunset, when the sun is beginning to set. That's a very auspicious time to reflect. The Strength card, okay, feeling lucky now in 8 months. So yeah, cool. Do you have the key, the gate of the labyrinth? You have arrived at your destination, but now a new journey unfolds. Perfect. Transitions, a good omen for your upcoming adventure. Are you ready for what's on the other side? You are. The moon will be your guide when you are feeling lost in the labyrinth. So for you, it very well is always your guide because it is your ruling planet. Private. Private spaces. Wow. Okay. This journey involves like something is unfolding from within you, right? And it says 8 months, so like the next 9 months. So over the next 3 months, you'll see the closing out of those old chapters, old eras. Over the next 6 months, you'll see the new birthing. You'll feel different. You may even be traveling a lot, seeing a lot of new things. And then also take time out for that privacy moment, right? Okay, are we still here? You're seeing something different. You're seeing, even if it's just that you're maintaining a whole new perspective on everything, on life. Oh my goodness, to be really, the butterfly transformation, past life. So yes, you're right that was a meaningful relationship, even if it wasn't necessarily whether it formed fully or whether it involved divorce, true separation. It's regardless of that, and that's not to say that's in vain, but it was still a big lesson. Necessary for you to experience this growth. 1, sacred symbols. Okay. Home, card 10. Again, something ending, a new beginning. A lot to do about the home. So again, your body, and then your surrounding, your close proximity, the vicinity surrounding you, and then maybe even changing neighborhoods or changing where you live, like at the larger region. And then we have divine masculine, card number 2. A lot of 0s, 1s, and 2s, and 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Divine masculine. perhaps you're calling in that partnership, but you are also bringing order to yourself, your body, and then your home. Again, doing the feng shui. Do we have archetypes here? Cool. I hope I don't take too long. This is also lessons, having to reparent yourself. The lesson that involves realizing what your mother, especially, or a parent like your mom, who acted as your mom or your actual mother, the lessons they taught you, or the manners and behaviors that they passed on to you, reparenting, reassessing, and rebuilding from that experience. A new form of self-love, approaching the relationship different to yourself, the relationship to yourself first. Okay. What is the situation? The prayer. We said it was very spiritual, right? Gratitude practices. Okay. Affirmations. Yes. Coming back to sweetness. The challenge. Sustaining this, really actually believing in the power of the prayer, the mirror, really actually believing in the spiritual profound. The take, okay, it's not just something that happened, okay. It's a knowledge transfer, okay. Yes. And then the crone and the poet. So you are leaning into your creativity. The crone is that aspect of the mother and the grandmother. Okay, so your grandmother is a guide, very much prominent in this reading, or that elder. Wow. So addictions have a lot to do with this. You're being shown, especially how to. Whoa. Sorry, there was a fruit fly or whatever. The bananas. Okay. Again, this could mean it's with the frustration, it could involve, to decrease the level of frustration, lean into creativity, but don't forget to protect yourself. Again, commit to protection. So the prayer could involve protecting the sustenance, protecting your momentum, to keep with momentum so that you can sustain it. That could very well be the challenge, as it is for many cardinal signs. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn is getting that push and then maintaining the momentum, the speed, and not too fast and furious, right? This is card 13, the crone. Okay, Hecate, we asked you, do you have the key? Don't forget the key. Everything is being mirrored back to you. That could be the spiritual monitoring sense. That it's frustrating because it's like new order. 7, the poet. True faith, right? Is that a New Order song, True Faith? And then the poet, writing, speaking, also psychic knowledge with the crone, with Hecate. How to sustain the channel, how to build the channel, how to really honor that you are a psychic and you're receiving a lot of information right now about how to proceed with this, rebuild. Yes. The Fool. Yes. The dove, the peace dove, right? I don't know what it is. the transformative butterfly, and I don't know the flowers, carnation, white carnation. Okay, so wearing white, brightening up the space. Okay, tiger, the strength of the tiger, tatrika, centering your focus and attention on the flame as a form of meditation. What do you see in the flame, right? Like the poet looks into the crystal ball, card number 7. That's so cool. How do you maintain that? How do you sustain that without being too fixated, without being too judgmental, right? Getting a lot of Virgo. Card 24, the sustainer, and then holy gnosis was here. What the Gnosis was hiding under the prayer. You could ask for assistance in it's a whole involved process, right? Gnosis is like what's happening out there. Why is it reflecting everything here? Why does it feel like frustrating? Like, what do I have to do? Like it's like too much energy around me. Asking for assistance from your guides, from your ancestors, from whatever you pray to, whatever you believe in, whoever you pray to in your meditation, asking for protection and for guidance so that you can apply the self-knowledge and work with it in a wise manner, the crone. Okay, the prayer is card 65. Gnosis is card 75. Holy moly. Scorpionic, and yeah, leaving manners and behaviors in regards to relationships, how you act or how you attain, how you work for relationships, what you do, the efforts, all of that. Now really observe that, acknowledge that, analyze it. Not critically, not in a judgmental way, but critically in a application of the knowledge, applying knowledge, or yearning, working to understand it, right? Why the gnosis and the prayer? Why the sustainer? And why the poet and the crone? 3 cards. Here it is, the Fool. So that you can take the leap of faith, even though it may, there you are, Queen of Cups. Regardless of whether you want a relationship, a partnership, be it financial, romantic, friendships, all of the above, a new community, undoing and going through, taking the leap of faith, it may seem like you don't know where you're going, and others may be like, where is Cancer going? It's all involving power of protection, calling for protection rights, asking for assistance from your guides to commit to the understanding, commit to an application of self-knowledge and self-mastery, wisdom, the crone, and being guided by that light and sustaining the channel, the poet and the sustainer. This is the moon in Libra, okay? So this is what the reading is involved in. The challenge could be actually accepting this in the next week or 2. Again, the shift into acceptance has already began. Again, whether you want a partnership or whether this is you coming into balance, right? Peace restored, 2 of Swords. That is the challenge, right? Committing to restoration of peace, even though you feel like you're blindly doing it. Okay, power, Sun in Capricorn. And then the Death card at the bottom of the deck, the Princess of Discs. An offer. Okay. Your youth, the vigor and your youth, okay? Regaining energy, regaining, yes, power, a lot to say about the home structure and organization in the home. Buying something for the home, if it's in the budget, making sure your budget's good, spending where you need to. You are also, did we say you are also in private spaces? Yes. Four of Pentacles, Four of Discs, power. That therein lies a lot of power. You have a lot to teach the Gemini collective. Wow, the moon. Keep going. Okay. You will make it. You will see the new blossoms. Death. Very fortunate. Out of, again, devastation, loss. Holy moly. Cancer, this is going to go on forever. I didn't intend to go on forever. What are you leaving in the past? What are you moving away from? What's on top of your mind, at the top of your mind, on your mind? And what are you looking forward to? Thank you. 3 cards for the Cancer Collective. Okay, again, Mother of Wands, Queen, which is the Queen of Wands, Aries, not so fast, Pisces, not without boundaries, okay, no longer approaching passions and desires, really committing to redefining why do you want that? Why do you really want that? Do you really want that? How or who, what do you want? Yes, all of that. Where you're leaving behaviors and the attitude that disregards all of that self-mastery, the knowledge. That is the key. You're leaving it. You're no longer leaving without the key in hand. Okay. Queen of Wands in reverse at once. You may have been fancy, very free, very wild and free. Can relate. Can has relate. Okay. Top of your mind. Again, 2 of Swords, Moon in Libra. 2 of Swords, Moon in Libra. The next 2 weeks, quick fire, not too fast. Receiving guidance, remember. Make sure you talk to your guides, your ancestors, your late grandmother speaks. Hecate speaks, guiding you to it, towards it. What are you looking forward to? Holy moly. Of course you are. 10 of Cups. Mars in Pisces. A very organized, powerful way of a powerful stance that still abides by your emotional truth, authenticity in your emotions and your feelings, knowing exactly why and what you want. It may seem like it's been a long, arduous, once you start really giving in, right? The understanding comes, meaning the understanding takes you to new support. You understand that in your power. Thank you, Cancer. Don't forget to hit like. In your power, you know what's draining you from having this love, this new era of love, self-love, or love for calling in a love offer. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. You're no longer tending to what isn't tending to you, what doesn't give to you, right? 7 of Pentacles, Saturn and Taurus. Yep. Saturn says, first you, then if at all, them. If they're even worthy, right? If you tend to you first, you'll understand what's worthy, what's around you. people competing for your money. Now you see those that are quick to come in and fast to leave, the ghosts. I mean that lightheartedly, but you may even psychically see ghosts or hear crossover again in the, mediumship, but that's a different message for someone out there, okay, Cancer? Huge takeaway. You're coming to fully, while you stop giving into these quick fire, passionate, 1 minute out the next, whether it's situations or folks, you've learned a huge karmic. You're coming to that full understanding of why you're no longer tending to anything like that. Okay, a lot of karmic end to a lot of karmic situations in your life, or a full-on committing to the knowledge that you've garnered from you working through karma. Holy moly. Yeah, a lot of, you're being guided, 5 of Wands, you're supervised, but it is frustrating. In your blind spot. Wow. It was the 10 of Wands. I think there's still something. It's like the final puzzle piece, Saturn in Sagittarius. Yes, because it flew like towards the Mother of Wands. So there's still a final puzzle piece. There's still maybe like someone from the past comes in. Mercury retrograde will begin its process through the pre-shadow next week in about 6 days, 5 days. Okay, so then all those ghosts will come in again, and I said you see them, you know them, so you've already seen the end result, so there's nothing more that can come from that. That's in your blind spot, but I think you will know exactly what to do. You know exactly who I'm talking about. This buffoon. The Chariot. This is you, Cancer. You could be traveling. You could be really learning about how to steer that to end this, to call that one over, working towards something new. The outcome. Okay. Love it. 5 of Swords. That's that loss. I must remind you, don't tend to that. You may want to say something. Is it worth it? It may be that your ancestors, your guides are like, say nothing. You don't get nothing. Don't give them nothing. Give them nothing. Venus in Aquarius. Also, you're young again. Feeling youthful again. Celebrating with friends. Okay? Yep. That's frustrating. It's the grit. It's your turn. You're turning those grains of sand into pearls. You're finding the diamonds, coming out of the diamond in the rough. You're no longer in that diamond in the rough. Holy moly. Why the 2 of Swords twice? 2-2. 22 is the creator, right? You're creating something new. No no self-judgment. Release that, Cancer. A lot of Virgo energy there. Self-criticism, harsh judgment. Oh my gosh, yes, look. A spiritual and emotional understanding, connection between your emotions and how to spiritually process emotions and how to emotionally process your spiritualism, coming into that heightened sense. This is, you're being led there, okay? Five of Swords. Again, feeling young again through this experience. Emperor, that you don't want to fight for this. You don't want to fight right now. You don't want to fight to build with someone. It could be another water sign. You don't want to give to them. Don't, okay? You're being totally guided away from that to true divine balance by asserting the masculine, okay? We said you know where this is going if you tend to this guy, this water sign, okay? A lot of, you could be on your way to finding a new partnership. The Magician, the Chariot, through will and direction from God is what I've been telling you. Why the Five of Swords? Ace of Cups again. Nine of Cups, Jupiter, Pisces. Yeah. Seven of Wands, spiritual freaking lesson, the Hierophant, order in the court. Okay. This is what I was saying. Five of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. Why? Because of letting go of that need to control the outcome, the need to say something. Let that shit go. You don't need to say anything to this loser. We're just gonna call them what it is. Call them what they are. Call it what it is. Okay. And you offer. You're psychically Moon in Cancer. You're psychically. You've received this in the last few days or the last week. What to let go of. There's that Chariot. It doesn't want to leave. Placing your will to move ahead, move on through psychic awareness and connection to your true friendships, connection to your soulmates, even crossed over loved ones, those ancestors. From you knew your grandmother at a young age. Since then, they're part of that. Your spiritual guides, right? One more. It's like they don't want you to stay too fixated on the end. They want you to commit to closing this out, okay? Not being so harsh on yourself, because that's too many things on the mind. Don't miss this calling towards this direction, okay? Whew. Cancer, we close the reading. Hit like if the message resonates, and I honor you. I appreciate you. I hope this message helps. Hit like if you want to support me. Subscribe if you're here. If you've made it all this way, you might as well. A lot of changes coming for you in the next 8 to 9 months. Diamonds, pearls, pearl of wisdom, a diamond in the rough. You will shine brighter than you've ever shined before. I believe it. I have faith in you, true faith. Okay, a brand new order, a whole new you, a brand new you. Maybe if you want it, a brand new partner, okay? A real one. For now, I'll be back with more. I honor you. Hit like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Talk to you soon. Ciao.